Hi, welcome to the video Restrict Editor with Spring Boot and Thymeleaf. Through this video, you will learn how to use a Restrict Editor for form in a Spring Web application, and then how to display the raw HTML text from that Restrict Editor with Thymeleaf. Suppose that we have an existing Java project using Spring Boot and Thymeleaf, and to use a Restrict Editor, we will use a plugin called Minimal Restrict Editor with JQuery and FontAwesome. Make sure that you have the following software programs installed on your computer: Java Development Kit JDK and Spring Tool Suite IDE SDS. You see, this is Spring Tool Suite IDE SDS, and I have an existing Java project that uses Spring Boot and Thymeleaf. Let me start this Spring Boot application. And you can see in this Spring Boot application configuration file, the application with embedded Tomcat server is listening on port 8080, and the context path is /submit-admin. Okay, the application has been started, and now let's access it in a Chrome browser. So head to http localhost 8080 and context path submit-admin. Here you see an existing Spring Boot application, and we are going to implement a Restrict Editor for the product management module. When create a new product here, and in this description section, you can see there are two text areas that need to be updated with Restrict Editor: short description and full description. And also, when viewing a product detail like this, we also need to display the HTML text from the Restrict Editor for short description and full description in view mode, and also in the edit mode, edit the product here, description. So the first step is to download the plugin Minimal Restrict Editor with JQuery and FontAwesome. So we go for Minimal Restrict Editor. Here, click on this search result: Minimal Restrict Editor with JQuery and FontAwesome. This is a very simple Restrict Editor which we can use for our project. So click the download button here, and we have the zip file being downloaded here. So in folder, so I copy this zip file to the project directory. Go to the project directory here and paste there. Submit backend and paste here and extract here, and we have the directory for the Restrict Editor jQuery plugin, and under the src folder here you can see there are some files, JavaScript file and CSS file. So we need to copy all these files to our project. Copy and paste those files into this static directory. We can create a new folder. Folder name is rich text. Finish and paste. So we have the files, JavaScript files and CSS file for the text editor plugin here. And as per the instruction on the website, we need to load FontAwesome library CSS and CSS for rich text and JavaScript library for rich text editor. So I open the product form that contains the text areas for description here. Templates directory, and here is that file product underscore form here, and we need to refer to the CSS and JavaScript files for that rich text editor. I'm using Thymeleaf with a fragment, and you can see in the header it is already using FontAwesome here, FontAwesome all.css here, and now I have to use only CSS and JavaScript file. So use this element link style sheet. I use Thymeleaf JS href syntax to refer to the static file JQuery richtext.min.css here. In this in the directory richtext slash richtext.min.css, and then for the JavaScript file jQuery.richtext.min.js script. We use Thymeleaf syntax dsrc. The directory is richtext slash jQuery dot richtext.min.js, and in this form, in the description section, I have two text area here. Text area. The first one is for short description, and the last one is for full description. And then we need to use this JavaScript jQuery statement to enable the rich text editor. So for this text area for short description, I assign the ID is ID equal we already have ID because when using Thymeleaf JS field here, it will generate the ID attribute. Let's see in the base source here, view base source, and you can see we have the ID for the text area here, ID equal short description, and for the second text area we have the ID full description. Okay, so scroll down to the JavaScript code in the jQuery document ready function. Here we enable the rich text editor for the text area with the ID short description, and then call the method rich text. Very simple, right? That's it. And let's refresh description, and you can see the rich text editor appear for the short description now. Awesome, right? With the buttons to format the text: bold, italic, underline, align left, align center, text size, header, and so on. So with the rich text editor, the user can format the text with different styles. For example, I use the heading 2 for this text, and change the color for the text. Very nice, right? And similarly, we do the same for the second text area using JQuery select statement, select, and then the ID of the text area, full description, and then rich text, save and refresh description. And now you can see both text area are now having the rich text editor attached. You can see for the full description here. For example, I center the text, change font size, bold the text, choose font style. You see. Let me format both source description, heading to sunny, bold, color, green, and format the full description, heading 3, color red. Okay, and click save. We got an error. Let's see what is the error. Because in this project I'm using file upload, and the file upload function is not okay. No problem. Let me update the code to disable the file upload here. Just for updating the product description. No, we can yeah, okay, I comment this code. Okay, note that if you don't have FontAwesome CSS, you need to use this code, this link statement to load the FontAwesome library to the project. Okay, now let's refresh, edit the product, Sony Super Camera. You can see it is updated with the formatted text here, and let's check the database. In the database, I have the database schema for the application SonyDB here, and the table product here. Now let's select all rows from this table, and you can see for the product Sony Super Camera, you can see the short description. You can see the HTML code For the short description here, it is from the regex editor, and the same for the full description here. You can see the HTML code is embedded, and in the edit mode, the regex editor shows the formatted text properly, but when in view mode, click view details here, description, and you can see it shows the raw HTML tag here, which is not what we expect. So with because in Thymeleaf it escapes the special characters and HTML tag characters. That let's view the page source, and you can see here for the short description text here, Thymeleaf automatically escape the HTML tags, but we want to show the raw HTML so the user can see the formatted text. So we need to update the view. In the Thymeleaf view, we have the product underscore detail that displays the details of the product here. And this is a section to display the short description, and we need to update to display the raw HTML code. So in Thymeleaf, to display the raw HTML from the database, we need to use a special syntax. We use a div, and we use a th colon unescape text or utext. We display the raw HTML code in the database. Thymeleaf won't escape the HTML tag anymore. Product short description. That's it. And I can specify the CSS style for this div section. As you can see, I'm using Bootstrap, padding 2, and margin 2. Okay. And this should be in a div parent. Now, let's refresh description. And you can see for the short description, it displays a formatted text nicely. You see. And we do the same for the full description. Change this section to div, and we use div with the attribute th utext, meaning unescaped text, and then the variable name product.full description. And we can copy this CSS style here. Okay, save and refresh description. And you can see short description and full description both are formatted. The raw HTML in the database is displayed as it is not escaped. Let's edit this product to input more text. For example, I searched for that product on Amazon. Sony camera. For example, this one, and I copy the short description here. Copy the short description here and paste into just the text area. here. You see, and copy some full description here. To the rich text editor here. You see, for example, and click save and view the product detail description. And you can see the text is displayed as it is formatted by the rich text editor. And let's view the product in edit mode. Edit description. You can see very nice, right? So with the rich text editor, the user can format the text with different styles formatting. So it's important to use this Thymeleaf syntax just use text to unescape the raw HTML from the database. So that you have learned how to use rich text editor in a Spring Boot project with Thymeleaf. I hope you will find this video helpful. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share. Thank you.